Good evening, everybody, and it's good to see so many familiar faces. It's also frightening to realize that the award was given to me in 2014, because it looks like yesterday. It is another reminder of us to make the most of our lives and give the most. But an incredible group of people that have been honored. And tonight again, it's a real joy to be here and share this enormously important occasion with all of you. And in particular, I'm delighted to introduce and to honor a very remarkable couple, which is Strive represented here, and Tsitsi Masiyiwa. Tsitsi herself, unfortunately, is not able to join us, but Strive is here with his wonderful daughter, and I'm happy that you were able to make it, just flying in from San Francisco, Strive was telling me. The contributions that both have made across business as well as philanthropy have long stood as an example to all of us. I can only describe it as grounded in a deep moral purpose, guided by humility, and committed to building a better and fairer world for us all. I had the pleasure myself to benefit from Strive's enormous insights and wisdoms when he was 9 years a board member of Unilever, and I'm grateful for that. The Masiyiwas have been part of the Synergos community as well, for years actually, including as a former member of the Global Philanthropist Circle. So Strive also served on the Rockefeller board, although he was smart enough to get off the board before I got on. So unfortunately, we did not overlap. But I couldn't find any skeletons in the closet, so that was very good. So it feels therefore especially meaningful to me, at least tonight, to recognize and honor two of our own, if you want to. I've always had the privilege for a long time already to serve on the jury for these distinguished awards, and I can tell you the discussions are intense, are thorough, and it's not easy to make these decisions. But each year we actually look at how these honorees embody the core elements of what is bridging leadership: empathy, trust, collaboration, a commitment to collective action. But this year, as you heard before, one theme in particular stood out, the theme of courage, a word we need now more, and a word coupled to action, obviously, that we need now more than ever. It's a hard word, and it's hard to imagine in that case two people who exemplify that spirit more powerfully than I believe Strive does and Tsitsi does. Whether it is building one of Africa's most successful businesses against all odds and with deep integrity, or using the platform to uplift millions through health, through education, or youth empowerment, or speaking out on issues that frankly others too easily shy away from, issues like corruption, inequality, climate change, or the urgent need for ethical leadership. They do so both with uncommon bravery and with a moral clarity that has inspired so many of us around the world. We certainly are lucky to have Strive with us this evening, as well as his daughter Joanna, as I mentioned before. And we're thinking of Tsitsi, actually, who was unable to join us because of another historic milestone that is so typical in the family: the announcement by Delta Philanthropies of the Beginnings Fund, which is an ambitious and deeply needed effort to improve the outcomes again once more for mothers and newborns across Africa, with a particularly audacious goal, Strive was just telling me, of preventing 300,000 deaths by improving maternal health. I couldn't think of a better purpose. That too, I believe, is bridging leadership in action. So Strive, it is an honor for me to stand with you here tonight, and on behalf of Synergos and our entire global community, I'm actually delighted to present you and Tsitsi with the 2025 David Rockefeller Bridging Leadership Award. Please join me.
First of all, it's such an extraordinary honor to see so many of you here tonight. We're truly humbled. And as Paul mentioned, Tsitsi couldn't be here. They have launched a fund, $500 million fund for newborn babies. We lose a lot of babies during mothers during the maternal health. So she really desperately wanted to be here. But Joanna has come in to join me, and really I just wanted to say a few words of my gratitude. Our gratitude together. First of all, to our friend Peggy. Peggy, Tsitsi and I met Peggy just after we got married. And we've been married 35 years. And Peggy came to see us in Zimbabwe. And we've been friends ever since. As Paul mentioned, I was on the board of the Rockefeller Foundation for 15 years, until I finally went to Dick Parsons, my dear brother who passed recently. And I said, Dick, I'm from Zimbabwe. If you don't let me go, they'll start thinking Zimbabweans never want to go. Because, Robert Mugabe would never go. So he let me go, but I had the extraordinary privilege of having served at a time when David Rockefeller Sr. was still around. And I had the privilege to meet him and to talk to him. And I was thinking that for some of you who may never have read his memoirs, that if you really want to know what you should do at this time, I suggest you read his memoirs. They're some of the most extraordinary memoirs of a business leader of courage for the sort of times we are in. And of course, it was the centennial period. We covered the Rockefeller's centennial period. So one of the great things we managed to do because of Dick was to persuade David Rockefeller Jr. to join the board. And we hadn't had a Rockefeller for decades. So it was great. I got to know the family, and I got to know David and Susan. So really, we just wanted to really express our deep appreciation. The work we do, really. I'm always a little embarrassed to stand and accept an award when my wife is the one who really does the work. She runs the foundation with our oldest daughter. They have a staff of about 200, and they go out there. They've given more than 350,000 scholarships, kept kids in schools, kept the health systems of many countries that are collapsing. They've gone in to do the work. Mine is just to help mobilize the support and, occasionally interfere until they chase me away. So once again, to the jury, to the board, and to our fellow honorees, thank you so much. Thank you for the honor, and we're deeply humbled. May God bless you all. Thank you.